In this video, we're going to see the second part of the imperfect versus preterit. For that, you will have to look at the first one in order to understand better this one. And so, okay, so let's see the following uses. When I keep seeing the uses in here. So, we're going to see first this one, which is depending on the context of what you want to express. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre los dos? So, cuando volvía a mi casa, right? I was returning home. Encontré joyas. So when I was returning home, I found jewelry, joyas. Then, cuando volví a mi casa, okay, encontré las joyas. So, when I was returning home, I found the jewelry. When I returned home, I found the jewelry. My question is, in which situation did you find your jewelry in the street? Would be in the first situation. Why? Because while you were returning home, walking, you found the jewelry, so it was on the street. But when I returned home, I found the jewelry, meaning the jewelry was at your house, right? So can you see how it can give you the context? That can give you what are you saying? You see how you use the imperfect or the preterit, it can give you a different meaning. Okay, so now we're going to see another examples to see if you got it. For example, cuando el ladrón estaba escondiendo el dinero when the thief was hiding the money, the police appeared. Okay, and then cuando el ladrón escondió el dinero, apareció la policía. So when the thief hid the money, the police appeared. So in which situation the police catch him with the money? I mean, saw the money where. Sorry. So in which situation the police saw where the money was being hid? In the first situation, because when he was hiding the money, you see, the police appeared and saw where they were hidden. But if you are in the house and they hid the money already, they didn't saw where, or they would have to look for it at least. Okay, so that will give you an idea. So here there are some other exercises, and you see it has questions of logic to see if you can understand it, like in which cases and which is saying which who. So try those at home and find out with your language partner and if you can do it. Okay, now acción puntual terminada, so finish action or puntual action. So meaning this one is actually a story and that I did it on purpose in order to explain to you which is a punctual action and a non-finished action. So but I'm gonna end this video because it's gonna take like a long time for me to read the story and then do it, and so I would recommend you to do that by yourself. But the idea is that una acción puntual is like, it's an action, again, I'll have to come back to the explanation. It's an action that started and finished in the past. For example, if I quote one of the things here from the story, I found $100 in the street. So meaning I found it, you see, and even when you are in the street with your friends or something, you can take in account all these explanations. They complement each other. Okay, it's not like the others that rule one or the other. They complement each other. So when you are in the street, let's say it's happening right now, when I found the money, it just first is punctual. You found it once, and then you tell your friend, oh, look, I found money. Or at the same time, I'm finding money. No, you didn't say I'm finding money. You say, I found money, or I saw a bill, right? So, okay, let's look at another example where the action is not finished. So, for example, I was at home. Estaba en mi casa. So, in that case, I was still at home in the past. If you say estuve en mi casa, means I'm not home anymore. So, estaba en mi casa, probably I'm going to tell you something else because I was at home, and at that moment, and when I was at home, and that moment that I was still at home, something happened, right? Probably I'm going to say something later. But if I say estuve en casa, I'm going to probably move on with the next stuff. Estuve en casa, and then, you see, but when I say estaba, so it's like that's the non-puntual action. So it's not puntual, it's durative action, or it's an action that has started but hasn't finished yet in the past tense. Okay. If you have any doubts, and of course, you can become my student, and if I can answer in the comments in YouTube, I will, and try to clarify it. And then you can see for yourself practicing with exercises. So action 6. So sorry, that was the 6th. The 7th, to soften excuses. The 7th use is to soften an excuse, is meaning, okay, in Spanish, we have a way, and this is the part when you get in this level, which is intermediate, you have a way to give an excuse, but it doesn't sound like I don't care. For example, ¿por qué no viniste a mi fiesta? Porque tuve que trabajar, because I had to work, or porque tenía que trabajar. This sounds nicer. So, and even though both of them mean basically the same, honestly, it's not, guys, it's not grammatically incorrect in this case. It's basically a nicer way of saying, porque tuve, it sounds a little bit harsh than say, even though in English I think it sounds the same, because I had to work. When I say porque tenía que trabajar, it sounds a little bit softer. Porque tuve is like, oh, what a pity, you know, I had to work. And the second one sounds like, oh, I had to work, you know. So that's the idea. But sometimes an excuse is good enough because I had an accident or something like that. So in that case, well, I had an accident. It's not harsh. It's like what it is. And it's like, you know, it's excuse enough. So not in every case you're gonna use it, but it's helpful. And then that's the soften excuse. Translate this in order to understand this use. Then other uses. These are specific uses that are more random, so that's why it's like others uses. So the first one is if I were you. Yo que tú plus always after yo que tú goes preterit imperfect. And means literally if I were you. For example, yo que tú compraba a cuotas. If I were you, I would have bought in installments. Or if I were you, I would have given him a kiss, for example. You see? So yo que tú, if I were in your shoes, yo que tú, if I were you, in English would be I would have done that, but in Espanol is you can use with this, is a rule. You can use after that imperfect, like always. And then used to be polite in a store. Also, I think you use in English. And for example, I wanted to see some glasses. Quería ver unos lentes. Or necesitaba ver. I needed to see. You see, that is another of the 1,000 ways that you could be polite when you enter the store. Then these questions will help you to practice all these uses. So remember to look at the previous link. Also click on the link below to look at all the materials that I'm sharing with you. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.